Y'all, New Comics. Welcome to episode 80 of the greatest comic book conservation live show on the planet. Coming to you live Sunday evenings, 8:35 Eastern, the Comic Book Conservators. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Regular crew.
The regular
Back again.
Original crew, the
Doing our
OE
thing.
guys.
Yeah.
How you guys doing
On
this fine Sunday?
This Sunday after Thanksgiving, this holiday weekend.
Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? Did you do anything?
Wonderful. I had both my daughters home.
Great.
We four got to have a nice family dinner. We do all the traditional stuff. The wife and girls cook all day. Wow, look at that. Don Carter hit us up with the super
thank you,
chat
Don
already.
Carter.
Thank you. So, I facilitate and sit around, and then I eat a lot of food.
And you sleep.
Yeah, I sleep some. I'm always busy. You know what's interesting? I make the whole year about gratitude. So, in a way, Thanksgiving isn't that much different for me from any other Thursday, other than families together and we have different meal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Nice. I literally have, I do gratitude sort of accountings literally daily.
Well, I found out McDonald's is not open on Thanksgiving.
Oh, weird. I would have thought that would be the perfect Thanksgiving meal.
No, I had a very quiet Thanksgiving, and I ended up rummaging through the freezer and eating chicken nuggets for Thanksgiving dinner. So I hope you guys did better than I did.
Right?
Chinese food.
Well, you enjoyed the peace and quiet.
Yeah, it was very
quiet. No doubt came with that. Yeah.
It was.
Sometimes as much as I like to see my whole fam, I like the solitude from time to time as well. Phil, I know you're a little under the weather. You don't want to talk a lot. Do you want to give us a Thanksgiving accounting? You just thumbs up, thumbs down, two.
Yeah, I always say. I think I always say that, and then I'll end up talking everyone's ear off. So, coming live from the border of Brooklyn and Queens, New York City, Phantom Comic Studios. I've just been a weird week because my birthday was last weekend, and basically since then and now I've just been like, just not in tip-top form, so you might be able to hear my voice a little bit. I'm
birthday, and it gets you get poisoned.
So it's all good. I woke up today, so it's all relative, and I as always happy to be talking comics with you fine gentlemen here on this Sunday.
We got some fun ones today, guys. I did a little bit of a deep dive, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. I know. Cool. I'm planning on it.
Well, as long as one of us having fun.
Captain Larry, you've been pumping out videos, man. Captain's
back. I have been trying to crank out as many as I can. Hopefully, I'm not boring any of you guys with them. But I've been working on a particular project, and it's coming out pretty good. It's a rough one.
So, all the stuff you've been publishing has been phenomenal. Everybody's noticing. There's a lot of talk about it. You've upped the game. Everybody's got to up their game to keep up. So
I'm changing up how I'm doing things. The leaf casting has definitely stepped up. I'm actually getting a lot more efficient at it. I'm working on this Planet Comics 21, and every single page is brittle and shattered, and I'm able to crank out about 4 pages. I usually work in the evenings, so I got after dinner till about 10 o'clock, so about 4 hours. So I'm doing about 1 per hour. Nice. And it's going pretty good pace. I got the book sitting off to the side here. I'm halfway through. The cover is going to be a little bit more challenging. It's got a split spine with missing paper, so I just got to recreate that.
Sure.
And my recipe for My furnish, I'm changing that up a little bit too, doing some experimenting with that, making it a little bit more flexible. Basically doing the spine work, forming the spine, which is something new. I've been basically folding it and doing things like that. So, I'm definitely upping the game. And of course, I picked a brutal project to do it on.
Those are the ones that
Are
challenge you.
You're doing spot casting still, or are you doing full submersion?
I'm doing spot on this book. I'm doing spot casting. My full submersion, I could do it. The machine works great. The setup is just a nightmare.
Yeah, it's a
You
lot more work for
really,
setup.
yeah, because the whole thing takes 30 seconds once you cast it, but the setup takes hours. And if you don't have enough furnish for the full submersion, like you miscalculate, you got to start over from zero. I mean, all you just lose it, and it's just like, well, it's too thin. What do I do now? And so everything you've seen on the videos lately has all been on the vacuum table. So
Yeah,
it works out good.
I've loved
It's
leaf
cool
casting
outside.
leaf casting on the vacuum table has just been a dream.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been working good for me, and I can't complain.
Yeah.
So but definitely changing things a bit, doing some experimenting with formulas. My furnish formula is really different now, especially with the thickness of it. Right now, the stuff you've been seeing online, it's almost like baby food thickness. It's going good. It's going into the cracks. I'm actually using the furnish to seal tears now, which is something I hadn't done before.
I noticed that in some of the pictures you sent us, I think a week ago, because at first I didn't realize what I was looking at because it was so seamless.
Yeah, because I'm doing that, and before the stuff I would use Japanese paper on, and wheat pastry and methylcellulose, but now I'm getting to the point where I can leaf cast tear seals. Just seal the tear and basically make the paper whole, and that's what I'm doing on this Planet Comics right now.
Nice.
So it won't have any Japanese paper in it at all. It's all leaf casting.
Oh wow,
nice. Cool.
So hopefully I'll be able to show it to you guys in video sometime this week.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's just it's like, when we make our videos, they're very time consuming to make the videos, and so I film stuff, but the stuff I'm doing off camera, you just got to keep the whole thing rolling, and it's hard to do.
Absolutely. Well, let's get our show started.
Yeah, let's do that.
With a thanks to this episode's sponsors. They include Salesboy Comics, Archivist Adrift, Gorilla Monkey 3K, and Collecting Chaos. Thank you all so much, gentlemen.
Yeah, I think about this all the time. If I feel like I'm slacking, I'm like, Larry's flying planes and casting books. So if he can do it, anyone,
Well, the thing is just like this past month, I've actually been home because I'm like Phil. I was sick. You guys, for the last videos, in fact, you guys saw me when I collector summit. I was coughing and hacking, and it was actually a lung infection. And I had to get chest X-rays and the whole thing. Thought it was pneumonia, but So being home, thinking you have pneumonia, gave me some time to work on some books.
Very cool.
Unfortunately, I got to go back to work.
Is this our regular AG with a new handle? Either way, welcome.
I'll blink twice if it's you.
Yeah, blink twice.
Collecting Chaos is here. You pluck my last nerve. The Professor Peter Alachi, the aforementioned Don Carter. Thanks again for the super chat. Dylan, Super Sales Boy Comics. Ooh, you should add super to Sales Boy Comics, Dylan. Just think about it. New Row Comics, Archivist Adrift. Collecting Chaos says Dollar General is open Thanksgiving and they sell turkey pot pies. I think that's a winner turkey dinner. Mike says Salesboy says got a surprise gift. He'll reveal in video tomorrow, so check him out.
Oh, good.
With the $2 super chat. Thanks, Dylan. JCP is here. Rom is here with a new name. Salesboy says drink a beer, Phil. You'll feel better.
Oh my god, I wish I could.
Vulu's
I
here.
literally cannot.
Why do we? It seems like there's a lot of new handles for the.
Yeah, I was saying I see stuff. The logos
books,
or
right?
the
Vulu's
avatars
here,
look right.
but with a little different. But welcome. I don't know why
I
everyone's
see Ben
got
Stewart.
new- Yeah, Ben's here. Welcome. Gorilla Monkey 3K is here. Welcome. Dem Ones is here. Good evening to you too. Aaron Conyers
Dem
is
Ones.
here. Billy Pilgrim is here. He's in the UK and always stay up late Sunday.
You are definitely up late tonight.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you. Hopefully you made it we make it worth your while. YouTube did it.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, here's Jason saying, I heard YouTube made a lot of people change their handles. Interesting.
Oh.
Okay. Well, there we go. Right. Oh, let's jump into this first book. Man, this is fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to go over this one.
What are conserved comic books worth? We don't know when they're this high grade and this rare. We really
we
don't.
don't see them.
We're guessing.
Yeah.
No. Very infrequently.
Yeah, it's just like I don't think I've seen a conserved book higher than 9.2. Actually, I don't know if you guys have seen something.
Yeah, not that I can. I think maybe I saw 196 once, and it was.
I think I
saw.
saw.
Really?
I think there was a 9.6. That was.
I didn't think you could
but
pull that off.
You just don't see them. It was something where it was like a reinforced staple, like that's what it was. So the cover popped, and someone just did that. Yeah. But to your point, yeah, you don't.
Collecting Chaos.
Very rare to see one. Frankly, we don't see very many conserved books above a 7. Really, right?
Yeah,
they're most in the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 range. Is 6 is kind of a high grade for a conserved book, generally speaking.
Yeah. It's just something this high. It's like hen's teeth. You just don't see it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Collecting Chaos. Thank you. $10.
Yeah. Here we go. And check out his channel tomorrow for an aqueous bath on the cover of Pet 158.
Okay.
I am sure Jason will be there. That is his favorite title in that range there anyway. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. So this is an exciting one. And like I said, difficult to price. So Action Comics 65, right in the smack dab in the middle of the war. In fact, there's a Hitler appearance in the Americommando story and anthology as per usual. The leadoff story is the one that is sort of featured on the cover here, but not exactly. I'm going to talk about it a little bit, but the lead story is, of course, the Superman story. And I think the other than the Hitler appearance, the other highlight there's a Congo Bill story. There's a Zatara story. Some of the gang still there from Action Comics 1, right? So this is definitely in that early first 6 years of Action Comics.
What year is it? 1943? What was it?
It is 43. Yeah,
43.
I have it on a later slide. We'll talk about the.
Okay.
No, that's okay. So here's this is where I got down a rabbit hole. So the lead story, 12 pages, credited to Simon and Schuster. According to them, they didn't actually write it. It came out in their court case that this was, ghost written by DC. This was part of their beef with DC when they sued DC. So it's credited in the book as Simon and Schuster, but if you look on the database, the Grand Comics database, it is credited correctly to the actual Ghost creators. But this story so here's the summary. $1 Million Marathon, a dying multimillionaire challenges his nephew to spend $1 million in one day and have no assets left at the end of the day.
I could do that.
In order to inherit $2 million for children's research. He's about to fail until Superman lends a hand. So there's this rich multimillionaire. The story actually opens with him on his deathbed. His nephew is a physician, wants money from him to go to children, an orphanage and children's medical research. And he says, I'll tell you what, if you can spend 1 million in a day and have nothing left to show for it, then I'll know that you know the value of money, and I'll give you the 2 million for the orphans. He takes on this challenge. There's some crooks that set about trying to make him fail. And then Superman lends a hand at the last minute, and he charges him. He sends him an invoice for $100 a minute for his time, which seems a bargain. And with that invoice, he then is able to accomplish the task and gets the 2 million for the children. And then, of course, Superman turns around and donates his fee to the orphanage as well. So they get over $2 million. And I'm reading this, and it sounded very, very familiar to me. Anyone care to opine on where we've heard this story before?
Well, I was just looking through our chats, and I think Ben Stewart hit it on the nose. Brewster's Millions.
Was he the first?
Jason had it just before, I think.
But, Jason had?
Yeah.
The plot of Brewster's Millions. Jason gets it first.
You won a new prize. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yay!
So I'm thinking, well, this was Brewster's Millions, and then I thought Brewster's Millions ripped off Action Comics. No, it turns out Brewster's Millions is a book written in 1902.
So Action Comics ripped off Brewster's Millions.
by George Barr McCutcheon. And in fact, it was so popular that by 1906, it was a Broadway play. By 1914, it was first put into a feature-length film by none other than Cecil B. DeMille.
Wow. Of course. Yes.
And has now been done, I think, 5 or 6 times in English language and another at least half dozen or 10 times in foreign languages. It's still being redone today. It just hasn't been redone in English. It was redone as recently as like 3 years ago in another language. Unfortunately, the Cecil B. DeMille version from 1914 is considered a lost film. So we have only records of it from posters and contemporary reviews and some stills. So maybe someday it'll turn up. But apparently Brewster's Millions goes back a lot further than Richard Pryor 1985, which is
I'd say so.
I love this movie. In fact, I often refer to the sometimes I'll see somebody do something absurd with money, and I'll say, well, that's like licking an inverted Jenny and putting it on a letter and mailing it to somebody, which is one of the pranks that they did there. Captain Larry, you said you would easily be able to spend $1 million in a day, but you have to have nothing to show for it at the end.
Yeah.
So you can't buy comic books.
I would not buy a comic book because that would show at the end. But
buy a million ice cream cones for little kids.
I don't think. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like $1 million isn't anything now, but back then, of course.
Back then, it would have been tough. I don't know.
You think about
ice cream cones in the entire United States
Well, think of 1902, $1 million. What would that get you?
Yeah, exactly. Well, what's the rate of inflation too? Like, what is that actually now if you were to try to spend it?
Oh yeah,
Bruce over 10 million. 100 million?
I don't know. It'd be a lot, right? For sure.
Yeah, Mike says buy a Golden Age book and give it away. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw Lenny in there. Hey, Lenny.
Somebody go to your favorite chat and ask him what $1 million in 1902 is worth in 2025, almost 2026. Yeah. So here is page 1. Here's the splash. Again, you see the credit to Siegel and Schuster erroneously. I think if you look at the art, you can tell. There's just a style. There's a.
It's different.
It's not quite as sophisticated, and it doesn't look quite as much as the Sunday newspapers from the, 1930s as the really early Superman appearances in action.
So
Nevertheless,
somebody else did this.
Yeah, and they're credited. They're known. here, like I said, you see there's a 3/4 splash, or I guess it's more than that, 5-6 splash. And in this bottom panel, you see the the multimillionaire on his deathbed with his uncle there, or with his nephew rather. So classic. I mean, it really is the script to a T. You plucked my last nerve. Thank you.
That would be it. And Brewster's, it was spend 30 million to earn 300 million.
Yeah, I remember that. But you plucked my last nerve says it'd be 1 million in 1902 is worth 36.8 million today. Yeah,
it's a Gulfstream.
So anyway, there's your fun little history factoid for the day. So here's the census in CGC: 62 universal, just the 1 conserved, and 7 restored, 4 qualified, 0 signature, as you could imagine. By the time they got their signature series going, most of these creators were no longer with us. Median grade is relatively high at 6.0 because you have this big population of 12 copies at 7.0 in universal.
It's quite a lot.
October 43, as we said, and the Americommando story featuring Hitler, who didn't appear that many times in Action Comics. So
no, they kind of stayed away from that.
DC was a little more conservative about his appearances. Only once, I believe, in All-Star, in the whole decade All-Star ran through the entire war. Trying to find comps for this was tough. So I have a couple books, and then I have my best estimate, frankly. So this is the most recent book that sold that would be considered, relevant. So a 9.0 sold August of 2023. This was, in fact, an auction with 49 bids. Last man standing, I presume it's a man. Sorry, ladies. Maybe it was last lady standing. Paid $2,247 plus taxes and shipping for this gem. This is a 9.0 white pages.
Wow.
So that's a nice book there. Now, there's a bunch of 9.0s. If we look at this census, there were, sorry, no, not a bunch of 9.0s. There's 2 9.0s.
There's 8.0s. There's 6 8.0s.
Yeah.
2 9.0s.
There's only 1 9.0 because there's also only 1 9.2.
Oh,
yeah, sorry,
okay.
I misspoke.
1 9.0,
and there's
1
2
9.2.
9.4s. So here's what we're dealing with. There's 2 9.4s, 1 9.2, 1 9.0, 2 8.5s, and then there's 6 8.0s. That's
so nothing
the top
higher
end
than
of
the
the
9.4. Okay.
in universal anyway, right?
Yeah.
So here's a data point. It's 2023. Maybe it's a low one because this is when the market was in contraction. Hard to say.
Yeah, because that's like post-COVID. Everything was
2023
retracting.
was a retraction year, right?
Yeah.
The last now the singular 9.2 hasn't sold, I think, ever. The 9.4 sold, if so, it sold so long ago it's not relevant. The 9.4 sold in 2021 for $7,800. Now, this could be the opposite of the last one. This could be a very inflated price.
Yeah.
Because that's COVID. So
during the COVID pandemic. So this was the challenge I had. We have a 9.4 from 2021 for $7,800. We have a 9.0 from 2023 for $2,250. So I went all the way back. Oh, here it is. I went all the way back to the last time the 9.2 changed hands. It was back in 2013 for a little bit under 2,400. And I thought, because there are so few up here, there's just the 2 9.4s and there's this 1 9.2 universal and 1 9.0 universal. I just had to estimate this book between 3,500 and 4,500. And the truth is, it's just an estimate. I don't know. I can see it going for
You think
I,
that 9.4 was an outlier? That at
I just
7,800?
no. I think the 9.4 is going to be basically because it's top pop.
Yeah,
It's
it
going to
is.
be
There's nothing
basically
higher.
double. I think when you get in this stratosphere, you start doubling when you
Yeah.
go up, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So if this is worth 3,700, then that one sells for 7,800. That's a doubling, right? So I'm estimating this around $4,000, but it's really difficult to say. I'm putting a range here, and even this range, I don't think would be ironclad. I could see it for maybe a little less. I could see it for more too. So
Yeah,
that's
because
the best I
it's
can do.
just you're starting to get into rarity issues of a really a blue chip title that you're not going to see these books.
Right.
Just you could be waiting a decade for something
Absolutely.
like this.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
And if you're working on your registry collection for, not only for Action Comics, there's a registry collection for first 100 issues of Action. There's a registry collection for Hitler appearances,
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
right?
Yeah.
So if you're looking for points in any of those, you want these high grade books. Like I said, I could see it going for more. It also could just slip through anytime something goes to auction. So anyway, I had to put a range on it. I'm going to use $4,000 for our calculations, and then we'll into our conserved book here. Look at this beauty. So the book in question sold in a private sale in the last week. It actually sold Wednesday, and we're going to go through the details of it. We're going to review. We'll let you guys guess like we always do. So this particular book was graded just this past month, just this month.
Yeah, it's
a couple weeks ago.
It's literally a brand new grade.
Yep. So it just came back from CGC, fresh back. And it's a 9.2 with off-white to white pages, conserved. Conservation includes cover reinforced. Grader's notes include moderate tanning interior cover, light dent top of back cover. Maybe it's something that could be cracked and that dent could be worked out. There is, I was doing research.
I don't know. I'd be afraid. Yeah.
Of course you would. But I was doing research on another book recently, and I was looking at the CGC census, and I noticed that the census used to have a 9.6 in it. So this is a golden age book.
Oh.
And it used to have a 9.6. There's no longer a 9.6, but there's now a 9.8. And then I dug deeper. The 9.6 was the Mile High copy. It was cracked, pressed, and came back a 9.8. Nice. So, anything's possible. What kind of cojones does it take to crack the 9.6 Mile High?
That takes a full bucket of them, and I don't have the nerve to crack a Mile High.
I got the 9.6 Mile High. I'm thinking about cracking it. What do you guys think?
I mean, with the price doubling for people that like to gamble, that is some incentive.
Yeah. But I mean, in this particular instance, it was top pop, whether it was a 9.6 or a 9.8. But you know what? It was actually it had been slabbed all the way back in 2003 or before. In fact, it was it could have even been 2001 because it changed hands in 2003. That's how I was able to track it. It changed hands in a public auction, and then there's no longer a 9.6 in the census, but now there's a 9.8, and it is the Mile High. So. It was basically slabbed before pressing was, I'll say, at least a widespread thing, before it was a thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be probably.
I mean, that said, I'm on your side. It's still, you got to have some cojones to do that.
I couldn't do it. I
tell a lot of people actually that send me books in the 9.2 and above range. I don't outright say I'm not going to work on this, but I approach it unlike other stuff I get because I routinely, I have no problem being like, I'm not I don't want to be the person to do this because I know the game and I know people that submit a lot to
Mhm.
know you have to submit this book 5 times and then you might get your grade that you want. But there's
Right.
too much outside of my control that I'll just say I wish the grades went 9, 9, 5, and 10, and I'll leave it at that.
Right. Let's say hi to Commandant VHS and Silver Spidey. Welcome. Yes, we all send our old labels in when cracking for resubmission because
Yes,
we work.
absolutely.
I mean, it's important always, but we work on rare books that have maybe 18 copies in the census, and you don't want the census polluted with books that don't exist anymore.
I have a whole stack of labels that need to go in.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What is chance a CGC book that doesn't look fragile and has no fragile notes is cracked than is actually fragile? It's non-zero for sure.
Yeah, I've
it's
had
pretty rare.
had those. Yeah, one of my first books I worked on was like that.
It's that Men's Adventure, right?
Yeah, the Men's Adventure. The guy cracked it out of the slab. It was a 6.0, and it immediately turned into a 2.0, and all the pieces fell out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So anyway, who knows? Maybe it's maybe there's meat on the bone here. But look at this beautiful book. I mean, it's just so well. It's such a nice book. I don't know where the reinforcement is.
Yeah,
I see where
staple.
You've got some corner damage here, bottom left, right?
It's got to be internal.
Yeah. Oh, I imagine it's spine, right? It's a spine reinforcement. It's
got to be one of the top or bottom corner. It's got to be just to protect it from deteriorating further because those corners get rounded.
Yeah.
I would think whenever I see reinforcement, my brain goes straight to it's the staples. So it's the staple.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, I didn't realize how wrong though I was initially because at first I thought it was only staple so that can be reinforced, but I've also seen where it's like a strip of the spine. I feel like in most cases it involves the staple still.
Middle of the war. This is a single staple book.
Yep. That would make sense.
It makes a lot.
It'd be incredible that it survived looking this nice if the cover detached though.
I bet you're right.
Before the work was done. That's pretty crazy.
I bet you're
right. If that's the case.
Yeah. Here's the back of the book.
And I only say that because as far as I understand, otherwise they'd say spine split sealed if it was just something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Versus reinforcements like it's serving I don't know. It's just that is coupled with staples.
Yeah, I agree because it would say that. So yeah, maybe they just reinforce the staple because
the staple looks clean and tight, but maybe again that's because it's been tightened up.
It was just preventative, and it could come off, and then with minor handling, this book could stay the same grade or even.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It doesn't look recessed at all, but it looks like there's some stress marks right where the staple hole is.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, again, single staple book from the war, man. Good grade.
Guys are already guessing at prices now.
Well, here we are. We're at that moment, and some people are getting their guess in. They know what's coming. They know what's coming. What do we have for guesses here? Let's see. Oh, here, this is a great point. Collecting Chaos says 2003 was before people admitted to pressing comics. Absolutely.
Actually, that's a good way to put it.
When I crack a book, I just send them an email with a picture and they take it off the census. I guess that's easier than handing them in. I see CGC a couple times a year, so I usually just take them with me to one of the cons, one of the times that I'm going to see Matt.
Just turn them in.
Yeah, and just hand them over. You Pluck My Last Nerve says he gives a range. He's
got a range.
2850 to 3200. Sales Boys at 3K. Collecting Chaos says 2,800 because that's all he could afford. Don Carter's at 3,100. Come on, Don VHS is at 2,900. New Rose at 2,300. The Professor's at 4K. Ben Stewart's at 38.50, and
Jason's
I
paying
think
some prices right, Mr. Peter.
Jason's
Got some beef with the professor.
39.99. It is closest without going over, though. So isn't that the wrong way to play the game? Which I suspect Jason knows, and he's doing ironically. Gorilla Monkey 3K is at 37.50.
I'm a bad guesser.
Larry knows. Phil, do you want to make a guess?
No, I know too. It would be in. It wouldn't be in good faith if I said it.
Oh, that's right. You do know.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's do. You do the. I'm going to do the drum roll. You do the next slide. Okay.
All right.
All right. Here we go. Captain Larry bought the book. He bought it from his local comic shop, A1, on Wednesday for $2,500.
So I know exactly what I paid for it. So yeah, I saw this. It came up, and I had to have it. So.
I don't blame you.
No, it was. Yeah, it's such a gorgeous book, and it was just, it's amazing. And I looked at it closely for, any signs of the repairs or anything, and I just don't see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the book came out, and we're not cheaters. We didn't guess.
Right.
In fact, we stayed out of it.
This is the only one that we've done where there was no possibility of cheating because this wasn't a public sale.
we abstained. It was it was great. I saw it come up. It was in A1 Comics. I know Paul follows them too. They have a Wednesday live sale on Instagram, and it's local for me. And I know Brian Peets very, very well, and he's a super guy. And I walked in and saw it. It's an interesting place too, because he bought an old bank that went under, and they kept the bank vault, and he has got some amazing books in that vault.
I'm sure.
A Batman one. I mean, just some stellar things. So anyway, I went and visited with him and picked it up, and we talked about it, and he was surprised I wanted it. And I thought, no, it's conserved. You don't see a conserved book this high.
No,
so yeah,
it's cool as hell. Yeah. I did.
If anybody wants to buy it for $4,000,
$4,000,
let me know.
Right? I did a little graph. I used $4,000, which was my midpoint for Universal, and 2,500 is 63% of that, right in line with like the 2/3 that we say that we keep kind of generally averaging at. Obviously there's a lot of variability in the pricing of these rare books and conserved books in particular, but keep coming back to like 2/3 of Universal is a good place to start. And I think among friends, this is what I would recommend, right?
Because I
look either party to feel like they didn't, they got shortchanged.
Well, to be honest, when I was thinking about how much am I willing to pay for this, because I knew he had it and I knew it was coming up for sale, and I did my own research, and I came in between 2,500 and 3,000, and when he put it up for sale at 2,500, I snapped it.
Yeah.
I just thought that was that. And
lots of congratulations in the chat. Also, lots of chants for crack it.
Yeah, coming from Jason. So here's my thoughts on the cracking it. So if you were to remove that reinforcement, we don't know what it is.
Right.
We're making assumptions at the staple. Let's just say it was detached. Now you just take that book right down to a 3.5 because it's a detached cover. So that is the maximum for a detached cover. We don't know what it is. We're just guessing at it.
I feel like you could get a 4 on this because this thing looks so freaking nice aside. But
yeah,
but even still, you can't. You don't want to go down and drop like that.
You got to go down to a 4. Then you look at the universal for a 4. It's not 2,500. So
you'd have to stay up in an 8 or above.
Yeah. And you're just not going to get it. So cracking it is not an ideal situation.
We did see some new stealth tech where you can leaf cast that staple area back together that is imperceptible.
Awesome.
Yeah, but
we know that there's some people doing that and getting away with it.
We do.
It looks this nice. I feel
I'm
like I mean, it's easy for me.
Did you use frequent flyer miles to get this book?
Oh yeah.
Thank you for the super chat. You plucked my last nerve. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's easy to say because it's not my book, but I feel like if you do enough work on books where you know, especially if you see like the horizontal staple tears and stuff that you're reinforcing and mending, so you can, once it's conserved, even though you see the grade, you know what was done beforehand. So in this instance, if you can't see what's there, I would presume it's best case scenario. So I mean, that's to say there's at least a higher chance that it was just preventative and wasn't necessarily because the cover was detached. It's not to say it was.
Well, I think we have a reasonable assumption that it has to do with the staple holes. And it's one of two things. It was leaf casted, then re-pierced, or it was reinforced, which is what it says, with probably Japanese paper. So I'm guessing that there was a proper repair done, but again, it's conserved.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna throw in with you, Larry. I wouldn't crack it.
I'm not gonna.
No, I wouldn't crack it. I think if you have a ton of money and you can take the gamble, you could, but otherwise it doesn't really make sense.
At the end of the day, these books up in this range, they're worth what somebody pays for them on any given day. And you could even get this shit. You could get this in a 9.0 universal, or you could get this in a 9.4 conserved, whatever, and it still wouldn't necessarily be worth more.
No,
right? That's my there's just, if you put it in an auction, you're rolling the dice anyway. So this is not a kind of a book. It's one thing. Look, you got a Hulk 181. It's a 9.4, and you think it might press up to a 9.6. Go ahead and do it because that's commoditized. That's commoditized.
There's 10, 20,000 of those things.
You know exactly what it's going to sell for, and if it doesn't sell on that day, you can hold out for a month or 6 months. You'll get that price. This book is not like that. Yeah.
Well, rarity. Yeah.
Sometimes something being so niche and rare like this is something where there's only so many people going for a copy of this in that grade too. So then that is a thing.
I would consider this in investment level. I mean, and I do believe
blue chip for sure.
I do believe that conserved books are becoming more and more accepted. I sold actually this week for what I asked 3 conserved books that I worked on recently. Nice. And I sold them for exactly what I asked for, and which was 75% of its equal and universal. So there's people out there that are looking at these books, and so I really believe that and this will go in the PC, and someday I may sell it when it comes more mainstream, but I think I definitely got it at a good price.
Yeah. It's a great pickup, and congratulations, and welcome to the show, Rick Gomez.
Hey, considering we're on the comic book conservation channel and you just bought a conserved book for your PC, I mean, I think someone's doing it right.
Yeah. I thank you. I think it was a great pickup. So,
yeah. I bought a more fun. It was a Spectre cover. The one, somebody help me. It's the one where the smoke's coming out of the battleship and he's in the smoke.
61?
Around there. I bought like a conserved, I think it's either a conserved 6 or a conserved 7, and I paid like $1,200 for it. This was like a few years ago now. And forget about it. That book in Universal is $4,000 or something, right? You're just not going to get there. So yeah, I don't mind buying a conserved book for, even one I didn't work on. I mean, if we're not comfortable buying other people's conservation work, why would we expect people to be comfortable buying
Exactly.
ours, right? So
yeah, but this
kinda how I look at
is
it.
just it's great. I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's awesome.
The first thing I noticed on that, honestly, is the colors. Like the red in his cape is so bright. Like,
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I'm sure the book is clear. It's got a penciled M in here.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
And
yeah.
So yeah, I just
the conservator left that M, right? I mean,
yeah,
they easily could have erased it, right? But they left that provenance.
Yeah.
Hold it up one more time, Captain.
Oh, sure.
Well done. Well done.
Just collecting chaos. I just looked at the up close with my spectacles. It's the spine looks fine. So
probably not deacidified. You plucked my last nerve.
Yeah, I would say probably not.
Very minimal.
I did contact Kenny Sanderson to see if it was something that he worked on, and he said no. So somebody else.
Well, this is our A segment to B segment transition fun time. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Say hi to everybody. Check in if you haven't yet in the chat. And if this is not enough conservation content for you, come check out our Facebook group, the Comic Book Conservation Community, where you will find like-minded folks supporting and helping one another. Very collaborative environment. Many of our chatters hang out there during the week. So we'll hope to see you there soon. And with that, Larry, we're going to jump into a book that you worked on.
Yeah.
That, frankly, is phenomenal.
Yeah, this one was a bit on the challenging side. But it's go across what we have here. It is actually the first time travel book, and I didn't know that was a thing. And this is during wartime, and I guess this Professor Carter Nichols. You guys are more DC experts than I am. Mm-hmm. But I guess he appears in Golden Age and the Silver Age throughout the years. So the cover, I mean, these yellow covers, the red covers, these bright colors that they come out with are just amazing. But yeah, this was if you look right at the top above Batman, it says "Back the Fifth War Loan," so that qualifies it as a war bond generated cover. So,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I can confirm Batman 24 is in the DC Golden Age first appearances CGC registry set.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So this one was calling out to me to work on and clean up. So it wasn't wrinkly, but it had some issues.
Yeah.
In fact, it had a lot of issues. Go ahead and go to the next slide.
Mm-hmm. Phil, you mind doing next slide?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
No, thanks. That way we don't fight over it.
All right. So when I got it, it was advertised as a reader copy 1.0, and for the obvious things, the cover wrap was glued to the first wrap, and it was, of course, my enemy, PVA glue. And I just hate PVA glue. It's just we all do, because it's just so hard to get off.
Yeah.
But before I could get to any of that, I had to get the tape off, and it just made a complicated situation where I had both the tape and the PVA glue at the same time. I couldn't separate the two, so I'm having to take this first wrap that's glued to the cover wrap immerse it in Bestine, the whole thing, all four, and to work on the separation. It was just, God, it was horrid. And there was a lot of paper loss on this thing. So there was leaf casting that had to be done. The glue stains were there. It was pretty terrible. Yeah, it was just like, I do like challenging projects, but I'll tell you, some of these things, it's just, they suck.
Jason wants to point out, it does
It tastes good.
Yeah.
I just sniff it, but
yeah, I did. Paint chips are good too. So, yeah. So this book was it was presenting a lot of things. If you go to the next slides, we'll. So, the top one is actually, the cover was in two pieces. So what you're looking at is the front cover still glued to the first wrap. And then once I got it separated, this is what that first wrap looked like. There's extensive paper loss and glue staining through it. It was just it was a tough book.
So I think for those of you that may have trouble orienting this, the wrap we're looking at on the bottom, this is the first wrap, not the cover, right? And it's open.
Correct.
So what we're seeing is basically the first page and the very last page of the book, right?
Yeah,
and the spine that would face, and the spine that would face the cover, just for orientation, so that, and above it is how it was folded and then attached to the cover. So above you see the interior of the cover on the left, and you see the top of the first wrap on the right.
Yeah, and I deacidified this while it was still bonded together. So that's why you look at the interior of the cover; it's that much whiter. So it was yeah. So
you washed them before separating them too?
Yeah, basically it was I had to get it wet.
Well, not just in the Bestine. Sorry to clarify.
Yeah, not just in the Bestine, because with the Bestine, it will introduce some tide lines if you have a dirty book, and so I wanted to clean it first, then use the Bestine.
Yeah.
And then start working on the separations. So yeah, it was a tricky one. Go ahead and go to the next slide.
Right.
So this is what I was left with. Everything was cleaned. There was some sort of solvent got in there. And if you look at the top picture at the bottom left of the back cover, it's purplish, right around the guy's head. And that was ink bleed from the back cover. Whatever was it. I would say the book was laid down into something, during its life.
Yeah. How sad for Wonder Woman 9, first Giga, if I'm not mistaken.
What's that? That
there.
is, yeah. I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Professor says, don't diss PVA. PVA and borax and agar gels can lift stains. And of course,
only for the professor.
If I'm wrong about Wonder Woman 9, Collecting Chaos will correct me, because we got the smartest chat in the planet. There are 2 time travel stories published by DC in the Platinum Age, one in New Fun Comics 1 and the other in New Comics 1. So Collecting Chaos is always educating us, and I super appreciate it. And thank you so much to Gorilla Monkey 3K for the super chat. We appreciate you.
So as you can see, the cover halves are laying on top of the first wrap in the bottom picture.
Right. That's
that is the gap.
Oh, I see what I'm looking at. Okay.
Yeah. So you're looking at the first wrap. Then I laid down the cover pieces on top of it, but that is the correct gap. There is a lot of paper loss.
That's all the paper that is just infused with PVA that then is polymerized, and it just.
Yep.
Yeah,
It certainly can't be saved by these mechanical methods. And you risk, if you try chemical methods, you risk, pulling the inks out. So I think this is the way to approach it.
Yeah,
And
it
obviously
was.
You have a method here.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I used mechanical. I think I did both, actually. I think I had some stuff that came off mechanically, but then I had to use a chemical treatment to work on the others. And when you remove it, you got to look at it and at the paper loss. And some things is just you got to accept. So
but
anyway,
it's like, hey, it's okay.
Yeah, and I don't want to be callous about it, it's because I can cast that, no problem. Yeah, but
you can. So this is
Yeah.
why it's good to have a bunch of stuff in your artillery to be able to use.
Yeah. So it's it's like the guys were mentioning earlier. When does Captain Larry have time to do this? Yeah, I don't have a life when I'm home. It's all comic books. So
he had chicken nuggets for Thanksgiving dinner, people.
I did, and I was working on comic. I was working on comics. I did go drive around to look for anything that was open, but
that's what it takes.
Yeah, but we can go to the next slide. All right. So, I was not happy with the color of the cast, and the glue stains kind of showed through, but. It is what it is. This paper was very weak, and looking at this and how I've changed my game up just in the last week, it's just like I want it back so I can do it again. And but I don't think it'll change the outcome of it. But you got to get these wraps separated, which I did. You got to rejoin the cover halves, which I did. And then you got to reassemble everything so it's not falling apart. And it's I don't know. I call these, Charlie Brown Christmas tree, project books, man. I pick the ugliest book I can find and try to get it, bring new life into it.
Absolutely. So. I think, there's some of that in all of us. I know definitely Jerry the Jitterbug does this, right? I mean,
Jerry.
He picks basket cases, right? And
his X-Men one that he did. I mean, what a great deal.
Yeah. I think, Captain, although you haven't shown us an after image, the next slide is your CGC result. So maybe we should solicit guesses here, even though people haven't seen the whole final product.
I didn't put a lot of slides in this presentation.
So just for fun, you can imagine the professor's work. He's leaf casted. He's put this back together. He's done all the removal of all the bad stuff. He's deacidified everything. He's sealed all the tears. He's reassembled it. He's pressed it. Take a guess at the grade if you want, because we'll just give you a minute to do that. There we go. So this is just basically what you're doing is you're just throwing out your faith in the captain, because we didn't even show you what it looks like. So Jason's
9.8. You're 9.8 to me, Captain.
Oh, thank you, Phil. I appreciate it.
I don't know why you stopped. I mean, he's a 10-0 to me. So gem mint.
I'm trying to be a little realistic when I'm talking to people.
I love you guys. We'll get a pretty good range. I think everybody's in there.
My last number is 4-0. Space Baby, welcome to the show. 3-0. Neuro 4-5.
3 to 4.5.
3-5. Salesboy 4-5. Gorilla Monkey 3-5. Don Carter 4. Rick Gomez 3.5. If Phil gets free plane trips, what do I get? I said he was gem mint. That is the main story in Wonder Woman 9, by the way. I think the main Wonder Woman story does appear to involve time travel. That's funny too. All right. Well, let's see. I'll do drum roll. We still got a couple guesses coming in. Collecting cast at 3 and Mike at 4.5. I will do drum roll, and then you can kick us to the result, Phil.
Good guesses.
Hey, look at that. A lot of good guesses, huh?
Nice.
Congratulations. I mean, that's a great outcome for this book. Good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Goodness.
It looks like it's in the slab crooked, but it's not. That's actually a
production
printing error in the way it was cut. So the book is in the slab correctly.
And white pages.
Yeah, it's white pages.
Conservation includes leaf casting to interior and cover, cover cleaned, interior lightened, white pages.
Did you use blue lights on the interior? That's my only question.
No, I've actually cut back quite a bit on blue light treatments.
Yeah.
I try to maintain that creamy golden age. If I'm working on like a silver age book, yeah, I'll probably blue light treat it. But what happens with the golden age paper, the pulp in it, you get some what I would call modeling, where you're going to have different colors come up through the tan. You have a dark tan and a light cream to white all on the same page, and it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
So if I just have been doing washes for the golden age books.
Yeah.
That's
all I've been doing for a couple of years now, really.
Yeah.
Unless it's got stains, I'll use photo bleaching for stains, very effective, and I think that's a good place to use it.
Yeah, if I'm working on something that's got foxing, I'll stick it in the cabinet because it definitely does a number for fixing.
Although after watching The Professor at work, I'm thinking we should just be using gels on foxing, but
Professor's doing fantastic work. He really is. I don't have the patience to do that. I have to work at a very high rate of speed on these books because I'm only home, really a few days out of the month, and it's just like when I'm working on it, I got to move at a high speed, and the gels are awesome. I just can't take the time to do it.
So I haven't got a chance to get into them too. Yeah. I have to, but I just lending to a conversation we've had before about deacidification of the interior.
Yeah.
Like just straight cleaning. Why do you think in this case they say interior lightened instead of in prior cases where you've done the deacidification of the interior, but there's not even any note?
I think in this case it was such a because it was treated with Bestine, it was treated with calcium hydroxide, it was treated with chemicals.
So other
it had some, especially the first wrap. I mean, it was this book saw a lot of different exposures to liquid. So just out of
more intense lightning than with a single 3-minute wash. And therefore just leaving a bit of a tell in terms of the total amount because of what you had to do to remove the glue and the tape.
Yeah, it's just like one thing we could talk about too with everybody using Bestine. When you have a wrap and you've got tape on it, I always deacidify it and wash it first because when you get tide lines from Bestine, it's picking up that surface dirt and mixing in with the liquid Bestine. So that's where you get this little puddle, with the tide lines. And once you get that, it's a bear to get out.
It is.
So the
other solution is
the book first.
Immerse the whole thing in Bestine and don't allow tide lines to form.
That's what I do now. Yeah. If I got tape, the whole thing's going in there. And Bestine, it's highly flammable, but it's also highly evaporative. So you'll be working with it in a tray. Next thing you know, you're reaching for the can again because it's
volatile.
It's just it goes
volatile.
quick.
Questions on fair market value. We have slides for that.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, nice. Oh. That's me.
Okay, so I bought it on eBay. That was the final price, and it was an auction, so somebody else was bidding against it. But yeah, that's how it was advertised,
Might have
and it
been
was
Jerry the Jitterbug. You might have
might have.
messaged him beforehand and said, "Hey, let's cooperate instead of."
Can I just say, I know you say you pick rags and stuff, but man, I look at this and I just see potential. I don't see rag at all. This is an awesome book with a lot of potential.
Well, yeah,
a lot of
you have a great
glue
eye.
though too.
there's a lot of glue and a lot of tape, and
But there's
and
not a big chunk taken out of the right,
No.
cover or something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's something
Yeah.
that you have a lot of discretion about, which I try to do myself. And Paul, you do the same thing. Like it's
Absolutely.
even though you can leaf cast that part, then I appeal. You're like, it's a bummer about that. So we're gonna do all the work. You do one when the front cover looks this nice.
Yeah. Somebody was bidding against me. They ran it up, and it is what it is. So I got it, and I was looking to break even as best I can. What's an alternative to Bestine not sold in Canada?
Heptane.
Oh,
Paul, you might know more, but
Heptane,
Yeah.
if you can find it there.
Find that.
I think that's what Bestine basically is.
Or
it is, but heptane's a little bit more aggressive, so be very careful with it. You will lose Bestine. You don't lose any ink colors, but with heptane, I've actually lost colors. So you got to be.
You got to drive to Niagara Falls and get you some Bestine.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just come across go to Blick and pick some up and drag it back home.
We make a new problem, solving a problem.
So next slide shows there we go.
Yeah, these are there's not many comparables with these Golden Age books like we talked about earlier. There's a 1.0 during COVID that sold for $192. It was probably overpriced at that point. Then after post-COVID, a 4 sold for $431. So I think there might be a little bit of value in it. You got to factor in the cost of grading for a Golden Age book like this, and everything else.
I would say here you would have declared this under $400, so the cost is modest in that regard, at least.
Yeah, I did declare it under $400.
Yeah.
So
nice.
I think absolutely there's some equity created here. And speaking of grading and costs of grading, CGC has a sale on. I don't know if anybody's not aware. You still have tomorrow to sub books to CGC and get a Cyber Monday discount.
10% off?
10% stacks on top of any membership.
They did say it stacks. Yeah, I just don't have anything ready to go, so I'm gonna miss out on that one.
I have a few. I always have a few things that are ready, and I think because it basically pays for the shipping, you don't have to feel bad about not sending a full order in. You could just send whatever you have. I have a few things for a reholder and a couple other goodies.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be there. It just needs to be postmarked. Yeah.
Not even so. You have to have your order in.
That's right. It's by when you do the order,
and then they have to receive it within 2 weeks. So
okay. So you can fill it out and send it on during the week.
Right. So fill out and commit to the order tomorrow at the latest, and then get it into their hands within 2 weeks, I believe is the deal. But yeah, I think you did a great job. Most importantly, you preserved a great book and saved it from the ravages of time, preserved it for future generations. I think you also created some equity here. This is the kind of book where I could easily see you getting 400 for this in Conserved.
Yeah.
And
it's a rarity book. I think I looked in the census and it was someplace. It wasn't really rare. I think there was like 200 plus copies of it out there floating around, but still, it's a Golden Age Batman.
Absolutely. 1944, yeah.
And first appearance and of the the time traveling professor. So
Yeah, I would
Very
say this
cool.
is probably a $400 book.
yeah, that's safe to say.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'll
Nice.
do this one more time. Larry got so many applauses this show.
Yay.
Oh, it looks like you got one more slide. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. This is a video. Part 2 is not up because that's the one that has the results in it. But if you want to see everything I did on this book, you can watch that episode.
Check out the whole process.
Check out the whole process.
I love watching it almost as much as I enjoy doing it myself.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Dr. Paul videos coming back. I know I needle you about that every episode. So
yeah, well,
I know you're busy.
I am, but it's also as Collecting Chaos said, it just got cold here, and so there will be a little bit of additional time indoors. And I do have some things I need to get to. Including some stuff I showed a couple weeks ago. Jason, I've actually been recording some content and thinking about a whole channel for the Camaro. It's effectively done now. I just have to get the air conditioning hooked up, and it's otherwise done and ready for a long road trip. It already survived Michigan to Charlotte to so anyway, that's our show, ladies and gents.
That's the show.
We appreciate you. Thrilled to have you here. Thrilled to have my co-hosts here. Great content, Larry. Really appreciate.
Yeah, thanks.
Had a lot of fun. Learned something about Brewster's Millions. Who knew that?
Yeah, I had no idea. 1902.
No
That's
idea.
amazing.
I would have thought they stole it from the action book because
I thought for sure.
Yeah, it turns out the action book stole it from the 1902.
Imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Well, thank you to everyone in the chat. Thanks especially to this show's sponsors, Salesboy Comics, Archivist Adrift, Gorilla Monkey 3K, and Collecting Chaos. It was Salesboy and Collecting Chaos who said they have new video drops coming. Please check them out. Support them. Thank you to super chatters of this show. Don Carter, Salesboy Comics, You Pluck My Last Nerve, Collecting Chaos, and You Pluck My Last Nerve again. Thank you so much. We will be honoring them again because they're sponsoring next week's show. And again, I want to say thank you all for hanging out with us. I had a great time. I hope you did too. And until next time, take care of one another.
See you, everybody.